So annoying, I'm sorry. What guys do I like in books? You might be like, bitch, why? This would have been fucking painful. Well, hello. Welcome back to my channel. Just Shauna here to talk about some friggin' book characters. I'm not gonna lie, this list was way harder than my top 10 favorite female characters. I was like, what guys do I like in books? I came up with probably 5 of them, like, quickly. Like, okay, here we go, yep, him. And then from there, I had to keep looking at my shelves and be like, who the fuck was it? And I don't know why these men just don't stay in my brain. And I'm looking at the list right now and trying to determine if I can pick a favorite. I don't know if I can. I don't think I really can. There's one that like elicits a very emotional, like, oh my God. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, here we go. In not really any particular order. Maybe I'll try to put like, nah, I'm just not gonna go in any part, because I was like, maybe I'll try to go in like a general like bottom 5 and top 5, but even that, I'm like, I don't know, I can't be bothered to try to actually rate them like that. But one of them is Hadrian from the Rhaeria Revelations. I've not yet read the Rhaeria Chronicles, and I ended up not loving this whole trilogy. I think I gave this book like 4 something, yeah, 4.5. And then it just kind of went down from there. And I don't know if some of that was due to the fact that I read the Legends of the First Empire series first and really loved that one and like the epicness of it and slightly different tone a little bit. But what I did love about this series all the way through is the characters, as per usual, with Michael J. Sullivan. And between Royce and Hadrian, I mean, I love them both, but having to pick between the two, I would pick Hadrian. So, Hadrian, love you. This next one, I am not as familiar with this character from the book series. I'm very familiar with the TV show. I did just recently reread the first book in the series, though, and then I need to reread books 2 and 3 and then continue on. But rereading book 1 just really solidified Tyrion Lannister. I love him. Oh my God. Like, so funny. He's fucking hilarious all the time. And like, he's funny in the show, and especially in these first couple books, a lot of the dialogue from the show is directly pulled from the books. But in the book, there's like added stuff that he says that they didn't include in the show, and like, he's just so funny. And I love, in the book especially, his like real like thirst for knowledge. And he's just so sarcastic and so pragmatic and just kind of realistic. And like he told Jon, like, wanting to face hard truths, you just got to face these hard truths, man. Like, and I just love that about him. How he approaches life and the world, and just kind of acceptance, I guess. He's just like, this is how it is, you know? I'm not gonna shy away from it. It's the truth of the matter. And I just love that. And he's, on top of that, like I said, so fucking hilarious. Oh my God. From So Many Beginnings by Bethany C. Morrow, I had to pick Laurie because, oh my God, just so precious. The Joe and Laurie dynamic, I've said this, I've just repeated this so many times, but the Joe and Laurie dynamic in this book, it's a reimagining of Little Women, and their dynamic is the most precious. Oh my good God. It just like hurts my heart with how fucking cute it is and how sweet they are with each other. In particular, how sweet Laurie is toward Joe. He is just the best. Oh my God, he is so sweet and gentle and understanding and compassionate and just adores her. And won't go on to like give any kind of spoilers about anything, but oh my God, he's just so great. And then Andon, I love Andon. Oh my God, so much. The ending of Jade War, upsetting, and I wanted Andon to be happy. That's all I wanted. And I don't want to give any spoilers about anything for the larger series, but yeah, Andon is just one of my favorite characters for sure. In this series for sure, but definitely one of my favorite male characters. One of my favorite characters in general, I would say. I just love him, and he's like sticks to his principles and everything, and like very brave too, and very courageous for the things he does throughout the series. Especially when you look at who his family is and the pressures and expectations, and I adore him. I adore him. And then from the Parasol Protectorate series, which contains my favorite female character, I think, of all time, probably. Is that what I said last time? I think if I had to pick one, it would probably be her. But I also love, and I don't quite know the pronunciation. I feel like I did listen to one of the audiobooks, but I don't remember. But Lord Akaldama is always how I say it in my head, but it could be Akaldima, but I just say Lord Akaldama. But he is an older, fabulous gay vampire, and he hires all these young boys who want to become vampires or who are vampires in his service, and just to like run his errands for him and stuff, you know, when he can't. And he is just so funny, and he's such a good friend to our main character, Alexia, and almost like a kind of like a father-ish figure to her, but also just a great friend. And he's so funny and witty and British, and I just love him and his antics and everything. And he just lives this like lavish, he's got all this money, and he's just very fabulous and over the top with how he dresses and decorates his house and everything, and he's just so much fun. Another one that I really love, and I, for the longest time, was going to read his spin-off series that's focusing on him, but then everybody said it sucked, so I didn't. And I don't have the series anymore, the original trilogy, but from the Shadow and Bone trilogy, Nikolai. Love Nikolai. He was the best part of that trilogy. Especially upon reread, Nikolai, was it the second book where he shows up? And I was just like, man, thank God he was here, because this would have been fucking painful without Nikolai. But yeah, the like continuation series, The King of Scars and whatever. I think especially the second book, right? Rule of Wolves, isn't that what it is? Everybody said is not good. So I'm just like, I haven't done it, even though I love Nikolai. He's so funny and charming, but like in an authentic, genuine way, not in like a douchey, like, ooh, I think I'm so great. Like, he's just so fucking great. He's so funny. So funny. From the Faithful and the Fallen series, which has just so many characters, but who ended up being my favorite, and I can't remember either how to pronounce the name, but I always in my head said Maquin. From this series. I love him so much. The final book, oh my God, Maquin. And I think the second to last book too. There were just several scenes that I got so hyped. Oh, he's such a badass. And the romance that he has, I just loved it. And then like the battle scenes, he was just such a badass, just epic badassery. And yeah, I love him. I love Maquin so much. Another one who just I love for the sheer hilarity of this character, Billy Buell, I think is how you pronounce it, from City of Girls, who is our main character, Vivian. It's her uncle. And oh my God, just so many tabs that are like funny in this book in general, but so many of them are Uncle Billy just being ridiculous. I mean, and just so witty and clever and snarky and just quick-witted. And him and Aunt Peg together, oh my God, it's so great. Those scenes with Peg and Billy together are just top tier. Top tier, so funny, so witty. I love it. He's not a good person at all, and he kind of screws people over here and there, but he's also very upfront about it. Like, he straight up is like, I'm not a good person. Like, he's not trying to make you think he's a good person by any means. And it's like the people who know him know this about him too. They're like, he's gonna fuck us over. I just know it. But they love him anyway. you know? A book series that I want to reread, I need to reread. I read it in 2017 and have not read it since then, but it, like, in my memory, it's one of my favorite series of all time. It has one of my favorite female characters also, but Radu from the Conqueror Saga. So yeah, his sister, Lada, is one of my faves. But, oh my good God, Radu is, like, if you love, first of all, a sibling bond, a sibling relationship, that is explored throughout this whole trilogy. And it gets very complicated and difficult at times, especially because, I mean, Lada's a fucking bitch. But Radu is the epitome of a sweet cinnamon roll. Oh my God, must be protected at all costs. Like, that's all I cared about towards the end of the series. I was just like, as long as Radu is fine, I'll be okay. But like, if something happens to Radu, I'm gonna lose it. And there were very emotional moments, but yeah, I just love him. I love Radu so much, just so sweet. And this last one, this is the one that I'm like, I think could be like number one, just because I get, especially with the series that have continued, and the more I learn, I love this character so much. Malcolm from the world of Elon in general, Legends of the First Empire, but we also get snippets of, like, all these series are kind of interconnected. They're just at different points in time. But then there's like flashbacks, or like you learn a little bit more about like the history from a textbook or something. And so you see different characters like in different ways all throughout all of the Michael J. Sullivan series that are here. And Malcolm you see several times in various places in various ways. And the more I learn about Malcolm, I love Malcolm so much. And I can't like really talk about Malcolm and why I love Malcolm so much without majorly spoiling stuff. So just, I love Malcolm. And that might be weird, especially if you've read like this series, and especially if you've only read like maybe the first couple books of this series. You might be like, bitch, why? Just trust me, okay? Just trust me. Oh God. And if you have read this series, and if you've also read the first two books in the Rise and Fall, you'll probably know and feel me on this. You'll probably be like, yeah, agree. Oh God, it frustrates me that I can't say anything about why, because it would give away spoilers for the series. Malcolm is great. That's all I will say. And just like a complex character. That's all I can really say. So annoying, I'm sorry. And that is it. That is my 10, the list that I currently have of 10 male characters that I really, really love. I'm probably, once again, gonna think of one later and be like, damn it! I thought about putting Dorian from the Throne of Glass series on my list, because I do really love Dorian. Like, Dorian and Manon kind of carry, especially the later books. I'm like, man, if I didn't love Manon and Dorian, I might dip from this shit upon reread. I do love Dorian, but I just felt like I couldn't quite put him on the list in comparison to these other characters. So there we have it. Let me know if you agree with any of these, or horribly disagree, or just what some of yours are. Or if you just have like one that sticks out as like your favorite, let me know who that is. Or of course, leave an emoji if you just want to say hello, make your presence known, and like and subscribe if you have not already, and if you feel so inclined. As always, thank you so much for your time. Hope you'll have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.